Which codec is considered an interframe codec commonly used in high-end post-production workflows?
Oh, they could go to hell with that one.
Hold on, it's multiple choice too.
Yes to multiple choice, but let me assume that it's going to be H.265.
So it's actually ProRes 422.
That's a freaking stupid question.
If a cigar burns unevenly down one side, the issue is commonly called what?
Canoeing.
That is correct.
Yeah, because I do that. But to prove my point, H.265 is an interframe codec as well. So, like I say, the verbiage is excuse me, I know we're not supposed to be saying that, but
we gonna bleep that one out.
My boy almost had a heart attack over there. You can tell he's under 30. You can't say that word.
This is why I love the trivia section of the show. Like,
we're gonna have AI tell us how stupid the question that AI gave us is.
What's up, everybody? It is I, Tevin, Chapo friends. Call me Chop, and we are back with another episode of Chop Logic. Yes, and today we got a special guest, man. This is my brother, my dog, owns the best production company you can get in Atlanta, probably the whole world. I don't know too many others, you know what I'm saying? You probably seen something he done did between podcasts and between short films, between documentaries. I know you had to have seen something he's done. And if you ain't seen it, I don't know where you been at. All right. My dog, my brother, Shot, my guy.
What's up,
bro? You want me to call you by your government?
Nah.
Cool. Because
Shot is good. Man.
You know, it's crazy. I didn't even know your name for a hot minute until somebody called you. It was like, who was that?
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's Shot. Okay, cool. But man, thank you for being on the show, brother.
Nah,
man.
I appreciate you, brother.
Nah, man. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You've been my dog for years now. Just like a big brother to me. You know what I'm saying? You know, just doing a lot of great things out here. And, you know, I really wanted to make sure we highlighted you. You know what I'm saying? You do a lot of work to highlight others.
Yeah.
So, you know, just kind of like, just tell people who you are and even just like how you even got started in the field.
Oh, man. I'm trying to keep it short. But yeah, my name is Daryl, government, right? Look, I ain't gonna drop the last, but everybody calls me Shot, professionally known as Shot. Heavy in the podcasting space. Documentaries, just wrapped up a documentary on Martin Luther King, which is amazing. And, you know, there's been plenty of documentaries centered around Martin Luther King, but Bernice King said that this was the first official documentary because of the involvement of the family. So that made me feel real good.
Nice.
Couple of other things, do a whole lot of independent films, you know, sub $250,000 budget, nothing crazy, nothing like Marvel. But yeah, you know, that's me. Run a white label production company here in Atlanta, and we really support other production companies in that space on the film side. But yeah, that's who I am. That's what I do.
Man, listen, I know he's trying to be nice about it, but he really going crazy out here. You know what I mean? He's been a part of a lot of things. I ain't gonna name drop.
I appreciate you.
I ain't gonna name drop.
It comes with bad juju.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You know,
because the people that know, they know,
right?
And they'll reach out. Your work speaks for itself. And then what I've experienced a lot from giving the people what you think they want, you know, standing next to the celebrities or you know, doing all of that stuff, you get the people, one, that don't have any money and want a handout.
Right.
And not having any money is cool, but have a plan to get to the money. We're not dead yet. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're always going to make more money. Figure out a plan to save the money, structure it to accomplish whatever dream is that you have, because it costs money to achieve the goal. You know, when I show up or when you show up, when any creator or contractor or person offering a service shows up, if they're doing that at a level that's worth anything, they're not just showing up by themselves.
Yeah. They
have to pay people. Those people have families. They have to get supplies. They have to get tools. They have to get things that are going to make your job that much more special.
Of course, man.
So
definitely,
you know, it costs. It's not just going in our pockets.
It is not. You know, it takes a lot. You know, and I think a lot of people don't really understand that.
Yeah.
You know that more than anybody. You know, people want things for far less than what they actually are. Mm-hmm. And those be uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, it's part of like, you know, finding the ideal clientele base and just knowing where to properly price yourself for what you have and what you're able to do.
Yeah.
And I think you are the master of that, brother.
I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of it comes from a level of lack of patience. You know, like editing, you know, I love the aspect of being able to have control over creating the story you captured.
Yeah.
I don't have time to edit.
Word.
You know what I
feel
mean?
it.
So that's something, you know, I'll pass that on. And
Right.
sometimes it's not always the best thing.
Yeah.
But I digress. We ain't gonna get into that.
Nah.
But you know, like you said, you know, focusing on your strong suits and what you can do is the most important thing. But like, you know, to your point, like if I have to call an editor, I'm gonna make sure I call the best within my reach.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's when you come in. That's when a couple of other people come in, as well as on the production side. But it takes support to achieve things that are great. And that's usually what people want.
Yeah, you know, kind of just talk about like community in the space of production. I think a lot of people kind of feel like they got to do everything by themselves or on their own.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But you have been a major advocate, someone that I've noticed that you don't do nothing alone.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? So it's just kind of speak to like the importance of having a good network, a good community of people that you can depend on, or even just people that you can just stay connected with when it comes to doing business.
Yeah. So it's very important that you have people that you can lean on, one to trust, right? Because one thing for certain in production, let's just stick with production. I'm not going to go off, but one thing for sure in production, things go wrong.
Of course.
Or things adjust.
All the time.
And, you know, just like in life, you know, you don't get, the frustration doesn't come from the thing happening. It comes from you not being prepared. Yeah. Because if you was prepared, you wouldn't be upset.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So one of the keys to being prepared for things to go wrong is to have other people to step up. Something may go wrong. You may have forgot a camera, an SD card, a battery, a plug, whatever it may, a lens, whatever. If you're there by yourself and you have to go 30 minutes back one way to the crib to go grab that could be a problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? You hire 2 or 3 more people. Somebody may have one on them. You know what I mean? Maybe they could stay in the interim and finish setting up, and now you have time during setup time to do, you know, so having people around mitigates a lot of problems that could otherwise be very detrimental to the success of your career or that client relationship. You know what I mean? And then from a learning perspective, like you plan on growing. You can't continue to grow if it's just you, you know, like having a client that you may no longer be able to service for whatever reason, you know, whether it be location, whether it be budget or your schedule. You know, if you have people there that are constantly with you, they become familiar and they start to trust them just like they trust you. Yeah. And now you can pass the buck. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with giving up revenue to satisfy a client. That's what we're here to do.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's one of the biggest things for me, man. Community and, you know, helping elevate people while also elevating the brand or the business.
Nice, nice. You know, I think that one thing that you told me that I've always stuck with is that you consider yourself more than anything a problem solver.
Yeah.
That people work with you because you solve specific problems.
For sure.
Kind of talk about that mindset versus someone saying, oh, I'm a videographer, or oh, I'm head of a production team, or oh, I do this, that, and the third. But no, I solve problems in my field. Like, talk about that.
So, I mean, that whole logic comes from just knowing, like, people don't necessarily call, I'll say myself, but I don't think they call anybody necessarily because they want you to do what you do. Yeah. Right? In a sense, yes, but they're calling because they have a problem, whether it's pressing or an emergency, or they have the problem is something that they can't achieve or don't have the knowledge to achieve or capacity to achieve. So when you approach it from that mindset, you become more valuable, one, to your business and to them. So, you know, it could be something as simple as a podcast. You know, identify what their problems are. They don't have the cameras. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have the lighting. They don't have the audio. They don't have the time or the patience. So you're solving those problems at the heart of that.
Yeah.
And when you approach things like that, like I say, it's just a better situation for everybody else because, you know, you could show up and be like, oh yeah, you hired me to be here. And there's a certain bravado that comes with it. And everybody may not experience this, you know what I mean? But I've had people that I consider to help out and say, you know, I know they're not working right now. Let me call them and put them in a situation. And literally, you know, guy walks up to me and says, hey, you know, if you ever need me, man, you know, I'm here for you, you know.
Yeah.
In a sense of like, he was doing me a favor. And I'm like, dang, like that didn't feel good because maybe you didn't need the help I thought you needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe I could have saved that $500 or whatever it was for the day rate and not gave it to you because you're acting as if you're doing me the favor. But meanwhile, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm helping you out. And
Right.
I don't want to go too far off. But yeah, man, everything when you're in a service-based business is solving somebody's problem. And it's just beneficial for yourself, the brand, and the business to show up and with that type of mindset. Because once again, you won't get frustrated when those problems arise. You're already going in with a heart posture and a mind to accomplish the goal, which is solving a problem.
Of course. And, you know, I think a lot of people don't have that mindset. And that's kind of why I wanted to bring it up because a lot of people think that it's about them when they're doing production. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how they end up trying to be, I don't want to say artsy.
Yeah.
I don't know, no shade against my artsy people. But, you know, it's kind of like, again, if you're not solving the problems, you're not really facilitating what your client needs.
Yeah.
So at that point, you really just in it for yourself.
Yeah.
And at that point, you could just create your own stuff and just do
Right.
that. You
Just
know
do
what I mean?
it.
There's nothing really wrong with that at all. But when you're trying to create it, structure it as a business, you got to structure it in the capacity of solving problems.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
How did you even get started in this field?
Man, my ex-wife kind of hates this story. But I digress. She was a pivotal part of my growth, but that's all I'm gonna say about that. But no, I actually got started in audiovisual production in a church, right? Small church in Boston, and on Sundays they would have service at the Strand Theater, which is like the equivalent of what the Fox Theater is in Atlanta, right? You know, big arts theater. You know, being an knucklehead in church, not really focusing. My mother put me in a booth, learn audio and listen. Meanwhile, I'm not knowing. She got me like just listening to the word, headphones on, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's how I got my start. Kind of really fell in love with photography and videography after that. And, you know, to be clear, this is when it wasn't cool to have a camera.
Right.
Or love doing that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's where I learned my skill sets. And then it just kind of followed me. Right around, I don't know, 2012 maybe? Right around 2012, I was getting married and was looking for a photographer and videographer to, you know, film the wedding. And I had to save up money. And I'm not talking about, okay, I'm just going to do this. No, I had to come up with a plan, save up money to pay for these people, bro.
Yeah. And
I'm like, man, like I didn't know that they got paid this much. You know what I mean? In my mind, they were struggling artists. Like I never really considered it. And then once I realized that, I'm like, you know what? Like, if I just paid them for this for one day and I do this for fun, like, let me take it serious. At the time I was working a job, I also had a lawn care and painting business that I did on the side. I took all of that, sold all my landscaping equipment and painting equipment and bought a camera and never looked back.
Wow.
Yeah. So, you know, started, well, not like everybody else, but I started, you know, pretty cheap and $25 family photos come to the crib.
Man, listen, I was shooting music videos for $40.
Man.
Yes, it was crazy.
My first music video, I think, might have been like $250. And to be clear, that's what I was making in a week. It was bad. So I was excited when I got that $250, bro.
Yeah.
But now I wouldn't even touch a music video.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
God is good.
Hey, man.
And so are my friends.
Hey, for sure, man. For sure, man. That's dope, man. So what was it like when you first moved to Atlanta? and kind of just got everything rolling here in terms of production and everything.
So let me clarify a little bit. When I was doing it back in Boston, it was just literally for the church. That was still for free. Like I still didn't see the money dynamic in that, the revenue model in that. So when I came out here, that wasn't a goal. If I was shooting anything out here, I'm picking up my camera, I'm going to Atlanta Botanical Garden, I'm taking pictures of flowers and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I'm taking pictures of the city. Like I'm doing it, as a hobby. You know, Instagram wasn't even a thing. You know what I mean? Like, and shout out to Instagram because that I think, popular made videographers and people that capture very popular. Yeah. So everything started here for real. In the scope of entrepreneurship and my production journey.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I ever seen you take a photo for real.
Nah. I kind of hung it up. I love taking photos of people. It's something special about capturing a moment that is gone in a second, but you can make it last forever. You know what I mean? But that revenue model wasn't really something I aspired to continue on.
Right.
And I also, this is a problem that I had. I wasn't looking at the business from a problem-solving standpoint back then when I was doing photography either. People would want me to edit their pictures so they could look a certain way. And it's like, no, you have a mole on your face. This is how it's staying. And I was aggressive with it. It didn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, no, this is who you are. This is what you look like. Like, accept it. This is beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I'm going to be honest, a lot of that had to do with my insecurity surrounding my inability to edit properly. You know what I mean? So yeah, I kind of hung up that and moved into video. More money, still capturing meaningful moments, but it was a little easier to achieve for me.
Got you. Wow. I mean, I understand that. I don't do photography.
Yeah.
Hardly ever. I don't even think the last time somebody paid me to do photos.
Yeah. I love it. But like I said, I got, and bigger than just a mole, right?
Yeah.
Snatching my waist, get the wrinkles out my shirt. It's like, bro, like come prepared.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, I might have seen a little bit more success if I wasn't looking at it from it just being my art.
No, yeah, for sure.
What I mean? And solving those problems. So
I ain't gonna say aggressive about it, but I used to be annoyed by a lot of that stuff too, where it's like all the same things. Like you got that mole, it's there.
It's there.
It's somebody see you in real life, it's gonna be there. You do a video of yourself, it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, why take it out? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now if your teeth yellow, I'll fix that.
Maybe.
Maybe. You gotta do something about it.
Yellow and brown, they go together.
No, that's a fact, man. And I always found that those were probably the most difficult people to work with, was the ones that weren't prepared when you shot it.
Yeah.
But then once you go back and be like, let's iron this shirt in post-production.
Yeah. Got all the revisions.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That's crazy though. So kind of, in terms of like just pricing, I don't want you to get into no specific numbers, of course, but just kind of like speaking to like the importance of properly pricing yourself given what it is that you do.
All right. So I won't talk about my pricing.
It's a little different,
just
in general,
right?
You know what I mean?
But if somebody was to, let's talk to the person who's just getting started,
right,
or who hasn't found success in securing people to price, securing clients to pay their price, right? Let's just talk about that. And some people may hate me for this. I don't care, right? Because the model that worked for me is being able to grow your business to get to a point to where you have enough expertise yourself to price, right? But this is what I would tell anybody that's starting or stuck in a spot. Figure out what your goals are and what your bills are, right? Let's start with your bills. If you know that your rent is, I don't know, $1,000 a month, car note, whatever, but overall encompassing, you have to come up with $3,000 every month.
Yeah. And
you also know that you want to acquire certain gear to make your job easier, or so you can grow your business. So let's round everything up to about $3,500, $4,000 a month. Let's call it $4,000. If you know that's the case, figure out 2 to 3 tiers on your services and just stick with that, and don't let people divulge from that, right? So let's say it's a music video. Charge $250 for that music video. Charge $500 for a wedding. Charge whatever it is. Charge $500 for that podcast, right? You still have to have the capability to offer something that is supersedes the value of that, because that's what's going to keep the people coming in.
Yeah.
But the idea is to know that what your reach is. Like, if you know that you could get 3 to 5 people a month, at $500, you're there. You're closer than a little bit. You know what I mean? So figure that out and make it an offer that they really can't say no to. You know what I mean? But also that makes it easy for you to achieve your goals. Because right now, survival should be one of the things that you're focusing on.
Of course.
And obviously, I'm not talking to the college kid who, went and studied at SCAD and then, has a capability to go get a loan or is living at home. I'm talking about people that are stuck in a 9-to-5 or stuck with no job, and they see an opportunity and know they have a gift to make a change by doing this.
Yeah.
Stick it out, invest in yourself for that little bit of time, and get that bread going so you can continue to live and thrive and operate in your craft.
For sure, man. For sure.
You know what I mean? So base it off what those, short answer, base it off what your bills are, divide that up by how many people you know that you could effectively close or get you to pay that per month, and run that and let that build. You know what I mean? You'll get your portfolio up. You'll start building relationships. People will start trusting you, and then let the universe do the rest.
Nah, that's a fact, man. Yeah, definitely. I love to hear it.
Yeah, man. Because people come out here, charge $50. They charge $50. You don't even know what they offer, bro.
Exactly.
Like a lot of the reason why I could charge what I charge, and it's not crazy, but a lot of the reason why I could charge what I charge is because there's a sense of calm that people get when I come on set.
Yeah.
I know he know what he's doing. My clients aren't coming from, and this is not to brag or to say anything's wrong with it, but my clients aren't coming from marketing. I'm not sliding in people's DMs saying, hey, you should try me out, or I could do this for you, or I see you could do this. They're coming because they saw me doing the thing, right? Or somebody that they know or love told them to hit me up.
Yeah.
And more than likely, more than one person told them that when they asked around. And that feels good.
Nah, for sure, man. Because I was literally just about to ask, like, I don't think I ever seen you do any ads.
I don't want those type of people. I don't, because, and I say this with as much grace. Like I say, God is good and so are my friends, bro.
Of course.
But if you give a child like a brick of gold, let's call it $100. You give a child $100 and a crayon. You give them a blank piece of paper and a crayon. It means the same thing to them. Mm-hmm. They have no knowledge of what they have.
Yeah.
If I have to convince somebody of what I do and what I have the capacity to do, one, that doesn't feel right. They're not going to be able to comprehend. They're in the infancy stages of what this is. You know what I mean? Yeah. Unless you're a producer. Right? Or unless you're in the production world, which is another reason why I pivoted to the white label production company. Like, I want to service production companies. I want to work with people who know. Yeah. But you could take that $100 away from that child. You could take that blank piece of paper away from that child. They're going to cry the same.
Yeah.
It don't matter. So if I have to convince somebody of who I am and what I'm capable of doing, it's not going to matter if I leave and they go hire the guy who I just told charge based off of your bills. You know what I mean? Like, even though they get in 2 levels of service, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I don't feel the need to advertise.
Nah, for sure. Honestly, that's the most poetic way I've ever heard that. Because I feel the same way. But it was just like, I just be like, my whole thing is like, it feel like the auction block to me. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we in slave times, and I gotta show you that I'm the buck for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm worth it. But, to how do I want to say this? To kind of put it in a more polite way or more socially acceptable way, there are rules of engagement for people who don't know what they're doing or don't know what they want.
Yeah.
For instance, American Dream, right? Mm-hmm. You can do whatever you want over here. Not so much as of late, but you can do whatever you want over here. The American Dream set of rules for people who necessarily don't know what they want to do, but have the ability or have the desire to want to live a great life. Okay, if you don't know how to achieve it, this is what you do. You go to school, graduate high school, go to college, find a wife, get a job, have kids, buy a house, retire, right? And some people have found success with that. I knew before I was even able to work, that's not what I wanted for myself. No, I don't want to buy a house here. I want to be able to travel. I want to die somewhere else outside of the country. I don't want to die in the U.S. The world's too big for that. I want to die somewhere else, right?
True.
That's not going to work for me. It's the same thing with anything else, just like in business. Okay, you don't have a plan? All right, advertise. Reach as much people as you can. See who comes, right? Same thing with the plan I said earlier. You know, those things are for people who don't have a plan. I have a plan. My plan is to build solid relationships, solve problems, and have fun doing it.
Yeah.
You know, and let those people speak on my behalf or nurture those relationships so well that, you know, I'm a part of the fabric and I'm a part of what they're doing. You know what I mean? So.
Nah, yeah, for sure. And again, no shade against running ads or
at all.
Any type of client outreach.
I will shoot
or
ads
anything.
for you.
Right, listen, I'll shoot it too, you know what I'm saying? And so there's nothing wrong with it as a thing. But to what you just said, man, like relationships is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, you a connoisseur of that. Just understanding the importance of building and maintaining solid relationships.
Yeah.
And I think that because people don't do that, they force themselves into a box of like needing, hey, I need to add.
Yeah.
Hey, I need to do this, that, and the third. I need to email somebody. I need to go to the place of business with my camera in my hand, let them know, like, yo, I do this. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, with relationships, to kind of what you said, it's crucial.
Yeah, very much so.
You know what I mean? Even if you do that and you build a good relationship with somebody, then what? You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You still gotta fulfill what you say you're gonna do.
Yeah.
You still gotta honor whatever price point that they said.
Yeah.
It's easy to destroy a relationship.
Yeah.
Especially now more than ever.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that, you know, that's perfect. You feel what I'm saying? If you could start over today in 2026, given we got AI now, we got, I mean, politically speaking, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too political about it. Just everything going on in the world right now. And you wanted to essentially get to the point where you're at today, but you're starting from nothing. Like, what would be some of your first steps?
I honestly don't think I would change anything, bro. So I'll kind of take you through some of the steps that I did when I first started like making a name for myself. But yeah, I don't think I would change anything. So I would go to open mics. Shout out to Tampa Mystic. She was holding a lot of open mics out here. And that got me involved with a lot of artists, right? I would literally go there, film the artist, take pictures for her events, send her all the photos, shoot promo videos for the artist. Every artist that hit that stage or touched that mic while I was there, I'm shooting something, I'm chopping it up, I'm sending her the clips. I didn't even talk to these people. You know, my infinity for people, you know. I didn't even talk to these people, bro. And, you know, slowly but surely it got to the point of like people wanting to pay me to come out. But once again, adding value, you know, but I was also able to identify the value in it for me. Photos was heavily my thing, something that I felt comfortable charging for. Video, I was lost. My first music video, I literally didn't even have speakers on my computer, so I couldn't listen to the music coming out.
Wow.
I didn't have an editor, you know, NLE. I didn't have something to edit in. And I started with Sony Vegas Pro. You know what I mean? Like, I was completely unaware. I don't even know if Final Cut existed back then, but it probably did. I was completely unaware of any other software program, and that's the first thing I saw on Google or Ask Jeeves. You know what I mean?
Jeeves, damn.
Yeah, so I started doing that. People started paying me to do their recaps or their videos for when they performed, right? Great, cool. And then real close friends with Tampa Mystic. Love you, Tampa. She and a couple of other people also had satellite radio stations where they would play music on satellite radio, but she would also interview people, right? And I would go and set up multicams and film, you know what I mean? Film that, once again, practicing on my skill set, you know? And shortly thereafter, podcasting became a thing. I remember getting my first call to shoot a podcast, and it's like, yes, I don't know what a podcast is. I've never heard the word, right? But they was like, yo, all you need is 3 of the same cameras. Well, that's something I was already doing when I was doing a multicam on the interviews.
Yeah.
So, that's how I got my start on podcast, and that's how I became known as one of the people to go to for this thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, I wouldn't change anything. And on the film side, same thing. Just I wanted to create film. I was shooting movies and different things like that. Once again, before was the cool thing to do. You know what I mean? Just want to shoot and have fun with my people. Putting it out on YouTube for free. We shoot freaking 5, 6, 10 months. You know what I mean? To make a project. And built a lot of solid relationships there. And that once again grew into something that was great for everybody involved.
For sure, man. Yeah, I think that the landscape, especially with AI, is different, but there's still avenues to provide value.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you interact with AI too crazy, or are you still?
Nah, I be trying to force myself to use it like once a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like on the video side, like on production side, they haven't sold me on its capabilities, right? Everything I see, and I could be wrong, but everything I see is, hey, look, such and such has this new thing and this looks amazing. You're technically still just showing me an ad. Like, that's not use case. I don't want to hear it from the person or company that benefits the most from it. Let me hear it from you. Like, yo, I did this, this, and this. You know what I mean? Because that showing is being used. You know what I mean? I saw something with Sora or Kling, and it's like, oh yeah, they're able to do this. You go try to do it, you're not getting those results. And you could say it's the prompt, but it shouldn't be that difficult if all I'm doing is typing some words.
That's true.
Not to get those results. It shouldn't be that difficult. Like, so essentially like what I'm seeing is like Pixar level type stuff. I haven't seen anybody that, is worth their salt accomplish those same results. Yeah. And even if it got close, not longer than 10 or 15 seconds.
Yeah, true. I know that, what was it? Was it Nat Geo or the History Channel? Somebody did like a whole reenactment of like the development of America, like the Pilgrim era and all that with AI. Like a whole like mini doc type situation. I seen pieces of it. It still looked glossy as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I guess people were just kind of applauding because it technically, you could get people that look closer to the actual people, like someone who actually looks like Ben Franklin for real, using AI and stuff like that. I personally don't believe that AI is going to take over anything that we doing realistically, not anytime soon. At least not to the full capacity. Like to get a clip off maybe. Yeah. But it's to your point, like an ad, essentially. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They're marketing. Yeah. And they're doing a good job at marketing. Now, I think that if AI continues to influence people and people buy into it more and they start using it, I think that it could be great for human creators.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's going to be a subsect of people who want that human interaction, who wants that human touch, and that could drive the value up. It could drive it down depending on how you value yourself.
Right.
So, AI for me is going to turn into like clip art, bro. Like that, it's going to give you the feeling that clip art gives you. Like, oh, you're not putting any effort in.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Nah, for sure. And I think that too, one thing I will kind of check out a little bit more is just how people use AI for pre-production. So like how people use AI to write scripts, write treatments, things of that nature, create budgets, a lot of the stuff that people in place are for. Yeah. That I'm already kind of seeing. Like you see a movie that was kind of just crazy. I don't want to name no specific movies, but I did see one the other day. I was just like, come on, bro. Ain't no way a human being wrote that. No way. Yeah. So, I think stuff like that, but on the visual aspects of it, I think we still a ways to go for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And even on that side, like, AI can write the script and do this and do that. But I think that it opens a lane for people to hone in on more of their gifts and not spend so much time on the tedious side of it. So like if it's like, for instance, director DPs, you know what I mean? Like I don't see AI taking that, but those were two jobs that at one time were completely separate. Yeah. Now you see a merging of it. You know what I mean? Writer, director. Now you can kind of lend yourself into those things. And, I know it happens, but I think that those two could kind of merge, or whatever job AI is replacing or making easier allows you to focus more on the craft of doing other things within that industry. Yeah,
for sure. For sure. And I think it will kind of help too with just like you were saying, just independent people. Mm-hmm. So just making the budget of independent productions a little bit easier for people to handle. Yeah. You get more, I don't know how you could blend it special effect wise, AI just yet.
Yeah. I mean, but don't write it in a script.
Yeah. That part.
Yeah, don't write it in the script.
Man. Nah, for sure, man. Shot, brother, I thank you so much for being on the show.
I appreciate you, bro.
Man. We not done yet though.
Let's go.
We gonna go to break, and then when we come back, we're going to start our trivia section. This video is sponsored by Chop House Media Group. Now listen, podcasting is hard, all right? There's a lot of moving parts to a successful podcast, whether it be the shooting side, the post-production side, the audio mixing and mastering. Just having the right strategy and know how to even get this podcast in the right places and getting it into the right positions to get monetized. And that is where Chop House Media Group helps out at. We have coined the phrase, the podcast in the box, where we pretty much facilitate anything and everything that you need to run a successful podcast, between the production, the post-production, the strategy, and the tips and tricks that you need to be 1,000% successful in every single aspect of your podcasting career. Now, if you are interested in being a part of this and making sure that you get your podcast to the next level, whether you are just now starting out your podcast or you are already in the podcasting field but want to take it to another level, be sure to hit the link below and schedule your free consultation with us to make sure that we get your podcast up and going further than you can ever imagine. All right, again, thank you to Chop House Media Group for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the show. We back. All right, listen, we back with the trivia. I got my brother Shot here. If you don't know, this is how it usually goes. I got my producer Tevin right here. Say what's up.
What's up?
It's my guy.
Brother.
He's going to give my brother Shot here 3 questions. Now, if he gets 2 out of 3 correct, he wins a cash prize. If he gets 2 out of 3 incorrect, we're going to give it to you in the audience. Now, for you to be eligible, for 1, you got to subscribe to the YouTube channel. For 2, you got to make sure you like this video. For 3, you got to comment below your favorite moment. We're going to drop a lot of gems on this episode. I know there's something that you liked. Mm-hmm. So definitely comment below. But that's if he gets it wrong. So somebody's going to get it. Pause. Man. That was crazy. But let's see if it's you.
Man, I kind of want to Michael Jordan this thing. Hey, do I give them the money? Or do I take the money for myself? I don't know. It's a cash prize.
It's up to you, brother.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see.
Let's see. So we've been having I don't know if you know this. We've been having some discrepancies on the show.
Yeah.
About some of these questions.
Yeah.
So to be clear to you and the audience, I don't make these questions.
Neither do I.
I don't know nothing about it.
Gotcha.
So I'm hearing them the first time. You hearing them for the first time. All right.
Gotcha.
So if it's something crazy, if it's something that may be off, if it's something, anything of that nature. Yeah. I know I'm the face of the show, but it ain't, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I was always gonna make sure I say that. I still love you, though, brother.
Hey man, shout out to the sponsors. I wish there were sponsors. OpenAI.
That's funny.
Yeah. We were just talking about AI.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta lean on it just a little bit. A little help here and there. I mean, not for you.
Not for this.
I mean,
not for questions.
Hey,
I told you. Look, I'm out of it. I'm out of it.
All right, let's see what AI.
Let's see, man. So
let me ask you this: did you put my name in AI to ask them to ask you questions? Okay,
no,
because that would have been interesting to see what they said.
Nah. So okay. So basically, with the prompt, I kind of just like viewed your social media, kind of see the things you do.
Oh yeah, that's
and then kind of just like put that in the prompt, like, hey, does this, that, blah blah blah. Yeah. Give me some questions based on things I would hope he knows, or like people in this position might know.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's a little curveball in one of these questions because I see something on your Instagram that has nothing to do with video production, so you're gonna hear it. Yeah. But let me know when you're ready.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah,
hey man. Yeah. So I did a little research, just to make sure that they were right too.
Gotcha.
But yeah, let's get into it. So the first question we got is, which codec is considered an intra-frame codec commonly used in high-end post-production workflows?
Oh, they could go to hell with that one. Yeah, I'm gonna get the real shot.
Hold on, it's multiple choice too.
Yeah, it's multiple choice.
I mean,
I'm gonna give you
yes to multiple choice, but let me assume that it's gonna be H.265. But go ahead.
All right. So the answer choices are H.264,
yeah,
H.265,
yeah,
ProRes 422, or AVCHD.
Give me the question one more time.
Which codec is considered an intra-frame codec commonly used in high-end post-production in workflows?
Got you. Yeah, I'm sticking with my answer, bro.
So H.265?
Correct.
So it's actually ProRes 422.
Yeah. I mean,
it's one of them.
That's a freaking stupid question. Like,
I totally listen.
Hey man, but it makes it funny. Like
it does. It does.
Yes,
make it funny.
It makes it funny.
It has an element because you're literally talking on a computer.
Yeah, it's like you know. All right, so let's move on to the second question. Number 2 is, which color space is designed specifically for HDR delivery and offers a significantly wider color gamut than Rec.709? Answer choices are Rec 601, B DCI P3, C is Rec 2020, or D sRGB.
I would almost go Rec 2020, but yeah, that's not even.
Choose your.
I would go Rec 2020.
That's it.
I mean, these questions are like, once again, I don't edit, right?
Yeah.
These are kind of centered around that too. But it's almost like when making a sandwich, which bread has browner crust? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's what that's feeling to me, bro. Like, but I digress. Go ahead.
All right, man. So that's your answer, right? 2020.
Yeah,
that's actually correct.
Yeah.
So there we go. There we got it. Hey, man. That's how we running it.
Bro, like, should I say it was stupid? Didn't even hear the whole question. It's like the first.
It's the verbiage of it.
It's like, yeah, this is about to be something.
Intra-frame. Nah, I'm not. Bro, come on.
This sounds exactly like a computer. All right. This last one has nothing to do with video production.
Hopefully it has something to do with cigars.
Damn, how you know, bro?
Because I don't post.
So yeah.
Yeah.
He had to go check.
No, I didn't check. I'm looking up this inter-frame codec thing so I can prove my point about sandwich crust. which has a darker hue of brown, wheat bread or white bread?
Like which one you think, brother?
Oh,
but nah, go ahead.
All right, so the last one is, if a cigar burns unevenly down one side, the issue is commonly called what? A, canoeing, B, tunneling, C, ghosting, or D, blooming?
Canoeing.
That is correct.
Yeah, of course.
See, man?
Because I do that.
I know that.
But to prove my point, H.265 is an inter-frame codec as well. So, like I say, the verbiage is retarded. Excuse me. I know we're not supposed to be saying that. But
we gonna bleep that one out.
My boy almost had a heart attack over there. You can tell he under 30. You can't say that word.
We gonna bleep it out, man.
We gonna bleep that out. I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about him.
Man,
they gonna be like, this podcast is crazy.
Give me that first question again. I want to prove how foolish that is, bro. Give me that first question again.
We gonna run it back?
Yeah, I ain't gonna answer it. I want to prove a point.
Oh my God.
This is shot right here. Hi.
All right. So the first question was, which codec is considered an intra-frame codec commonly used in high-end post-production workflows?
All right, watch this.
I'm looking forward to working.
I'll stop it. All right, I'm about to ask him. Tell me how foolish this question is. Tell me how foolish this question is. All right, y'all gonna have to bleep that out. Tell me how foolish this.
This is why I love the trivia section of the show. Like,
I love this.
One more time.
This is what we do it for right here.
One more time. We're gonna have AI tell us how stupid the question that AI gave us is.
All right. So according to our AI partners, which codec is considered an intraframe codec commonly used in high-end post-production workflows?
Considered a
intraframe, yeah.
Frame codec.
Oh my god.
Gotta love it.
And high-end workflows.
High-end post-production workflows.
Yeah, man. That's another thing I hate. Adjectives, bro. People be using adjectives, it pisses me off.
Yo.
So, A-Shot 264. And y'all can shorten this part up if you even put it in.
Nah, it's fine. We don't put it in.
We gotta keep that. It's gold, man.
265. ProRes
422.
ProRes 422. And what else?
AVC HD.
AVC HD.
You gotta love it.
Oh my god.
Bro, you see that? It didn't even take my thing. I done typed all of that out. That's crazy. Oh, there we go.
This is what we do it for right here.
For the love of the game, man. It's the love of the game.
The love of the game right here, man.
But so their answer was, I see what you're going for now. Honestly, the question isn't foolish at all. It's just that most of those options aren't all intra-frame. But H.265 is. So let's stop playing. All right. Nah, that's it. That was fun. That was fun. That was fun. You might want to start that at the beginning of the show.
We're going to mix that one
up. That's the icebreaker.
We're going to find somewhere we're going to have to put that in somewhere. Oh, man.
That was great, though.
Thank you for being on the show, brother. Yeah, man, my dog,
appreciate
my guy. Let the people know, man. Anybody want to work with you? Anybody want to just see what you?
Hey, man, he don't do ads, bro.
He don't do ads, of course. But if you just want to, just shout wherever you at, the people can at least see what you're up to at the very least.
Follow me on Instagram at ProducedByShot. Yeah, that's about it, man. If you got any questions, holla at me. Yeah, I know, right? He's like, what? Nah.
Who's about to do that?
If you have any questions, holler at me. I'll just for the sake of your show and your audience, right? Because they want to learn. They want to know.
For sure.
And we need people that are taking positive steps to trying to do something in this space, because a lot of people just want to pick up a camera and go.
Of course.
Right? So,
of course.
If you tell me you came from Chop, I'm going to holler at you and we will answer some questions.
For sure, man. I appreciate that. I think it might be easier if y'all hit me up and then I hit him up.
It might be more pleasant.
It might go a little bit better. So talk to me directly if you want to talk to him, and then I'll let him know. But I appreciate you, brother, always, man. Like I said before, you're doing great things in the space. Bro, you need to do your own podcast, man. I'm telling you. I've been told you. I know you.
Man.
I know you.
It might be in the works. I had a producer hit me up and she wants to do a podcast. She wants me a part of it. So she doesn't want me to do it. Well, I obviously will end up doing it, but she wants me as a host. So
okay.
And to be clear, the only reason, well, not the only reason, she's a dope person, but I'm considering doing it because I started doing research on the topics that she wants to talk about on the show, which she's well versed in. So
okay,
I'm going to be able to educate myself while being on the podcast. So
dope.
I think I'm going to do it.
Okay, cool. Well, definitely, we're going to be on the lookout for that, man. Definitely let me know when that comes to fruition, you know what I'm saying? I'm wishing you the best in everything that you're doing, of course, man. You're my brother forever, you know what I mean? Thank y'all so much for joining us on the show today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also, comment below your favorite moment, man. We had a lot of great times on this one alone. This is already a classic, so, be sure to check us out. Thank you again, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.